Welcome back. President Cyril Ramaphosa says he considered a number of options when he found out state capture was happening under his watch as deputy. Ramaphosa was testifying at the Commission of Inquiry into state capture. Ramaphosa is giving evidence as head of the ANC and as deputy of the Republic from May 2014. Now, let's get the latest. We now cross to our reporter, Natasha Phiri, who is stationed outside of the commission. She is also with our politics head, Mzondile Mbeje. But let's start with Natasha. Natasha, thank you so much for your time. Now, very interesting developments inside, that commission of inquiry. Now, I know you've spoken to several people who were stationed outside. Earlier on, we saw that some of the whistleblowers had come outside the commission. We also saw you speaking to several, politicians, including the DA lead. Talk to me about what is happening there at the moment and what's been the reaction from outside.
Well, very good afternoon to you, Nati. You're quite right. I was actually looking out for action outside of the commission as my colleague, our editor, political editor, Mzondile Mbeje, was inside the commission covering all the technical, procedures, or rather the president's testimony. But just to catch you there shortly, Nati, we can see visuals there of President Cyril Ramaphosa leaving the State Capture Commission. Of course, there you can see him talking to the party's Deputy Secretary General, Jesu Duarte, who actually came out today in support of President Cyril Ramaphosa. There he is flanked by Jeff Radebe, and we're hoping to just catch a word possibly with him, Unati, if I'll just actually manage to get him with our camera operator. Mr. Jeff Radebe, how are you, sir? It's Natasha here from the SABC. I was wondering just to get
not about the state.
Not about the state, just about the ANC.
Oh, okay.
So if you'll just come closer, please, with us. This is SABC. We're live on SABC News right now. But I mean, just given the president's testimony, especially around the cadre deployment policy, about the cadre deployment policy,
okay.
What you make of it? We've heard the likes of the Democratic leader, John Steenhuisen, saying that this specific policy should be scrapped. They've been highly critical of it. But I mean, in terms of this policy, what do you make of it as the ANC?
Well, there's nothing wrong with deploying the cadres of the organization, as the president highlighted, that were being elected by our people, some of whom are card-carrying members of the ANC. In any democracy throughout the world, they appoint people that will pursue their policy positions. But it doesn't mean that the deployment by the ANC is exclusively to ANC members. We've seen examples of where people are being appointed to ambassadorship, like Tony Leon, the former leader of the DA, Gibson, Camera, including those from the IFP, the late Dr. Ben Rubani, and Dr. Zulu. So it's a normal process that happens from time to time. But what is more important now is to make sure that people who are appointed in institutions of governance, they have the competence, they have the professionalism and the loyalty to the Republic of South Africa.
Mr. Radebe, I remember in April, you were also here supporting the president. My colleague Mzondile Mbeje also spoke to you, and in April we asked you the same question, that it seems as if there's a narrative that's out there that the ANC is on trial, and the same sentiments were actually shared today. Today, we saw the president appearing before the State Capture Commission in the Free State. We have the suspended secretary of the ANC, Mr. Ace Magashule, also appearing in court. I mean, it seems as if this is also a challenging time for the ANC, and it seems as if there's a lot of damage being done to the brand of the ANC. How will you then restore this?
Well, I think we have to wait for the outcome of the commission, but as an organization, we are a very learning organization. There are sometimes mistakes that happen from time to time The important thing is to learn from the past and then ensure that today and the future is guaranteed for those who are coming.
Mr. Radebe, unfortunately, we don't have time. I'd like to continue. I hope to see you tomorrow.
Indeed.
And we'll catch up with you. Thank you so much. Well, Unathi, because of time constraints, I will have to cross back to you in studio. Of course, my colleague Mzwandile Mbete is on standby for the 5 p.m. bulletin on the Full View. And of course, I implore the SABC viewers to actually tune into that show where our colleague Mzwandile Mbete will be wrapping up today's proceedings. As from me, Natasha Phiri, it's back to you in studio, Nancy.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Natasha. Of course, Natasha, door stopping there, the ANC's policy head, Jeff Radebe. Of course, you know that together with several other ANC members, as you've seen on that report, he is leading the ANC's team accompanying President Cyril Ramaphosa to the State Commission. We also saw his wife, who is there with him, obviously all of those officials giving him their support. Very interesting developments there. And that question posed to Jeff Radebe, of course, the former minister there, saying that obviously the ANC leadership came out under heavy criticism during the testimony. You'll recall that a lot of time was spent actually where Advocate Vas Soni was, just questioning President Cyril Ramaphosa about how they treated the former PRASA board chair, Popo Molefe, who approached the ANC's top 6 at the time, just talking about some of the corruption that was uncovered at PRASA at that time. We know that contracts up to the tune of around 24 billion rands, I think around about or until 2017, were uncovered at PRASA at the time, and just how the ANC's top 6 treated Molefe, who had several meetings with the ANC's top 6, of which President Cyril Ramaphosa was a member of. And the president being at pains to say that they really had no way that they could help Popo Molefe, and simply advising him to approach law enforcement authorities. Of course, we know that Judge Zondo was very, very clear when he said that what happened at PRASA at the time was a very depressing issue. Well, more testimony expected tomorrow. Stay tuned for analysis on Full View, which is up at 5 o'clock. From me, Unathi Batyashe, and the rest of the SA Today team, Kamnandi.